Hey, what's going on, bro?
Yo, back in the studio, man. It's been a few days, and let's cheers up real quick.
Let's go. Cheers,
Coffee
bro.
bean. You feel
Yes,
me?
sir. Bam said coffee bean.
I'm just glad to
Yeah.
be back in this mofo, bro, because yeah, we had like a serious blockage going on. The enemy, your flatline that you went through, bro. You know, we got our SpiritWar gang and subconscious galaxy out there waiting for some shit, my dude.
Yeah, I've had a couple people been asking me, bro, where the episode's at. But I was letting them know, me personally, you know what I'm saying? Like I like we were just talking about, I was having a hard time operating, bro, during that flatline. I was like, it's almost like I was like out, like I was trying my best, but for some reason I just didn't even have the strength to even hit you up to make a podcast, nothing, bro, because I
Ooh
was,
wee.
just down, like just down bad for about 2 days.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty brutal, man. And just know that you got people that support you, bro. You got me and yeah, the SpiritWar gang and subconscious galaxy. You got people that care about you, bro, because you are very important
Yeah.
to us out here. You feel me? And
I appreciate that, man.
throughout this process of the flatline, bro, you had a lot of support, bro. We support you,
For real.
for the long run. You feel me? It's about longevity. And you
Yeah.
definitely got that.
Yeah, that was the trip. All I did was post one video about, flatline. I had a bunch of comments and a bunch of people showing love. So that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, bro, you put God first and you are, sinking in and connecting with other individuals that's doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just grateful, bro. I'm happy that you feel better. I'm grateful that we are here right now. This is where we need to be.
Absolutely, man.
Ooh wee.
It's a blessing. Yeah, that's a ooh wee type moment.
Yeah, I know. Cause it's like the resurrection process or resurrecting from the blockage. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's some serious stuff. I know we made a whole topic about it. I don't want to go too far into it quite yet, but there's definitely, an upgrade on the other side of these spiritual attacks and these flatlines
Yeah.
that there's usually an upgrade going on afterwards.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely an upgrade after the flatline, and you feel like this crazy boost of energy after you go through all that bullshit, all the mind games, spiritual attacks, and just not having the right energy that you need because obviously, you go through this upgrade process and dude, it could be real brutal, but it's also a blessing. It's all for the better, bro. That's the way we got to look at it. It can be brutal, but remember, when you endure that shit, oh man, you are getting upgrades like a video game, except this is real.
Right.
You feel me? This is real.
Mhm.
It's not pixelated.
Right. That's how it is, man. It feels like now that I've gotten through it, it feels like I was talking to you and you mentioned, as soon as you said that it's a test, from God, that hit hard because that's how it is. It feels like God knows that when we're going through these attacks, I feel like he
Hmm.
knows when we're getting attacked and he watches us just the same. He's got our back just the same, but he's checking to see how we're gonna react. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
we.
Because in
Yeah.
those moments, like I said, it can get pretty dark, if you're not prepared and if you don't have that spiritual strength or connection with God, it could lead you back to potentially relapsing, drinking alcohol or smoking weed, trying to numb, just substances, trying to numb those feelings because that shit can get intense, bro.
Yeah. It can. It literally all these vices and stuff out here in the worldly aspect of things, it kills your connection to God, bro. And it's yeah, that's just not how we want to operate. It's good to have wisdom to this, and how it's a lot of things out in the world that will literally destroy your body to where you can't connect to the divine power source and it will leave you disconnected and operating very toxic out here, and that's toxic, bro. And back to the flat line. That's very brutal as well. But yeah, like I said, you have to remember that it's an upgrade and it's for the better. And I've had some individuals that just get in their emotions and just freak the fuck out. And it's like, gotta calm down and control that shit.
Exactly.
Remember, you got to control those emotions and endure. That's how you become better. When you act all emotional and shit, it makes shit worse.
For real.
Yeah,
you almost just got to take it on the chin and just kind of wait for it to pass. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Got to deal with that shit, bro. You have to endure.
Exactly. Sometimes enduring can look, I feel like it looks different. I was in a mode to where, normally, like when I get like, the normal spiritual attacks that we get along the journey, I can usually like pull myself out of it with, I'll drink a bunch of water, or maybe I'll go to the gym and bust a workout, or I'll hop on my bike and, get the blood pumping, trying to move my body and shit. And, but this time nothing was working. You know what I'm saying? So I literally just had to sit back and chill and just wait for it to pass.
Yep. That's how it be though. You have to sit back, endure, and let the time pass by. And when you do this and be patient, you will definitely be blessed with upgrades, stronger intuition, senses are even more heightened, your energy, you just all around beastie because you went through that test that God set up for you.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah, man. It feels like I got dragged through, the kingdom of darkness.
That's what it feels like. You literally, you go through the kingdom of darkness throughout these flatlines, and that's what makes you strong.
Yep.
Man. Oh, wait. Let me get that intro knocked out real quick. Oh, wait.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Unchained podcast, everybody. This is your boy, SpiritWar Martin, along with his podcast partner, Seb Conscious. Ooh, wait. Always put God first and become your inner lion in this crooked matrix and spiritual warfare, my dude. Boy, listen here. Ooh, we back in the booth. Oof, oof. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Ain't no games to be played, bro. You feel me? So, shit.
Man, let's get right into it, bro. Let's get right into this, man.
All right, bro. Sounds good, man. Let's jump right into it for episode 109. For topic number 1. Oh, yeah. Well, before we start, do you have your scuba diving gear on?
Yes, I believe I do.
Let's make sure. We got our flippers, and everything.
Yeah, I had to make sure I had the right flippers on, but you know what I mean? We're good.
Okay, cool. Now we can go down into the deep ocean with the glow in the dark fish and shit, bro.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Come on. Topic number 1, bro. What are your thoughts on being a natural leader on your SR journey? Natural leader.
Yeah, this is powerful. I feel like for someone like myself, and I'm not just I'm not trying to gas myself up, but I've always felt like I've kind of been a natural leader. I feel like this has to do with like, when you feel like you're like a chosen one, that's a term that we like to talk about and things like that. But that goes along with that. People have always said that that's just kind of how it is. I feel like that's how it is. That's kind of how it is when you're like a child of God. I feel like you're a natural leader, in whatever aspect that is. But bro, going on SR puts you in a whole different mode, and I know you feel me on that one. You're able to access new sides of yourself. You're able to access, the ability to be more assertive. You access the ability to, protect your energy more and set boundaries and do things like this. I've just noticed myself, becoming more of a leader. And basically, I haven't even been trying to do it, but people, you're going to notice people, they end up respecting you, and, you don't really know how you got there type shit, and a lot of it is just, a lot of it is spiritual too, bro. It's that energy that you have. when you're retaining your life force, especially, and if you have a connection with God, your energy and your confidence and just your vibe and your swag are going to be very powerful. So it essentially turns you into a leader. You don't really have a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that's how it was for me, because looking back at my old self, as I said before, man, my ups is out here operating like a peon and shit. You feel me? Just out here, just weak power level and shit. Went on my SR journey and controlled that sexual power, and everything else has changed. You literally become a natural leader, and you want other people to obviously do the right things. But while you're doing this, you're talking about your personal experiences. And when you do that shit, that's powerful, because other people, seems like they're afraid to talk about shit that they got going on or just bottle shit up. And then when you come around, bro, with your light and shit and shine that mofo, the lantern, you will make people be inspired by that shit, and they will want to start opening up. The way I see it is like leaders create leaders and shit, bro. You feel me? So if you're a leader and you inspiring other people, they gonna become leaders themselves. You know what I'm saying? But it all starts with us as people to lead by example and shit, and talk about what we got going on in our life. Because like I've said before, this synchronization program or whatever the hell we live in, we're all literally going through the same shit, but people don't speak on it or realize that they're not alone in this simulation program / matrix and shit. It's a lot of the same shit going on type shit. You feel me? And when you are in your SR journey and become a natural leader, bro, you will make it aware of what's going on. Because it's like when you gain this wisdom and this knowledge from being on your SR journey and connecting to the universe and the divine power source, God, you feel me? You want to lead other individuals, as we say, to the water, but it's up to them to go there and drink it.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like this is, yes. I really like what you said about how, you start to speak about, different things. Cause I feel like what I noticed, bro, is that a lot of guys that end up on SR have kind of like been through some shit, you know? Like I've been through some shit. I know you've been through some shit, but it's like, I feel like, regular dudes don't just like end up here. It's guys that are like, deeper, searching for a deeper meaning of life, spiritual guys, chosen ones, if you consider yourself, that a child of God, whatever. It's like, it's almost like, it's like that. It's like secret information type shit, So you almost have to be like a certain type of person to have this information and to find this, this SR journey, So once you start to talk about, your past, that also makes that turns you into a leader too, bro. Because
on everything.
That's what I've noticed is, I've been getting a lot of people that just basically, tell me that I feel like a big brother to them, or even like a father figure to, some of these young cats out here. And that's a trip for me, because I'm literally just speaking, but it's powerful because we're speaking about real shit. Speaking about the shit that we've been through, and it's powerful because you can tell when somebody's really been through some shit by the way they're speaking. You can just tell, bro, with the conviction in their voice and just the way that they, speak about certain things, So once you have that story, man, you've been through some shit, like we mentioned in the episode, a couple of episodes back, bro, you gotta turn that shit around. If you've been through some shit, turn that shit around. Use it to help people, and then you're gonna find yourself, being a leader very quickly.
Yeah, it all starts when you flip your world upside down, but it all starts with controlling sexual energy. When you stop like literally busting nuts left and right and fornicating with like toxic, individuals out there, and get your energy built up in yourself. Yeah, God will make sure you flip your shit upside down, bro. Because you are putting energy back into yourself, which makes him proud, and you are not getting distracted by worldly shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to bless you for doing that, because that's what Jesus went through that. This SR journey is literally what he went through, on that sacred pathway of being on SR and dealing with Decepticons and Agent Smiths and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah, it's the same shit. It's the exact.
Man, listen here.
And everybody, you know,
The big homie
persecutes you.
upstairs, bro. You
It
know,
happened to me. It happened to me today. You know, at my job, my coworker. You know, I think they seen. You know, I'll be wearing like, you know, this bracelet has a cross on it. You know, I wear my cross necklace and things like that. So today, you know, my coworker was, oh, sorry. He said something about Jesus. You know, he was like talking, you know, smack about how like he didn't believe in Christianity or something, you know what I'm saying? Then he looks over at me and he's like, sorry if you're religious, you know, and he just kind of like snickers and laughs. Like it's like so, like it's almost weird that I, you know, I'm rocking the cross. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, he's trying to sneak this. That's just because his ass is kingdom of darkness as hell, bro. People who do that see somebody who represents a cross, it's like they just automatically assume that they know what they're thinking about. Like, you don't know who I am. You don't know what I represent.
Exactly. And I
You
tried to
know?
he's like, sorry if you're, you know, super religious or anything. You know, I see you got the cross and all that stuff. And I'm just like, you know, I didn't even say anything. I'm just like, you sound stupid as fuck. You know?
Man,
Like,
boy,
yeah,
listen here. You'll deal with that shit.
right. And little does he know, it's like he has it in his head that I'm some like super intense like churchgoer and going to like all these church meetings and stuff. But in reality, I just have a connection with God, you know, and I believe in Jesus Christ, and I read the Bible. It's like I'm not like some like super, you know, crazy religious churchgoer. You don't have to be to have a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like that's what people don't understand.
Yeah, they got the whole perception wrong. Yeah, when you put God first, they think you going to church and all this shit. Ain't nobody going to no polluted ass building. You know, we put God first for ourselves, and we see how powerful that is. You don't need to go to church or be like super, you know, religious or toxic to be tapped in with the divine power source. And it's like a lot of people have this toxic perception just all fucked up, bro. Like literally.
Exactly.
And
It's
look
almost
at you sideways, you know, and look at you sideways because you're out here living the right way.
exactly. If they knew the truth, you know, they wouldn't be saying all that stuff. It's almost like they link you with well, they get a bad taste in their mouth, you know, from some of the Christians that are at the church. You know, maybe they've had a bad experience at like a church or something, or you know, they'll run into, you know, because there are certain like Christian people that are like very weird. And then you'll also get like,
Ooh,
you'll
we
even have like religious, you know, narcissist type people, you know, at the church, to where they're like, you know, basically, you know, shaming people for, you know, if you do this and this, you're going to hell and all this crazy stuff, you know, and they're basically scaring people. I feel like that's what scares people away, you know, from God and, you know, following Jesus and stuff. But I feel like these people link, as soon as they see you with like a cross, they'll link you with those type of people. And in
right,
reality, you're nothing like them.
right. They link you with these toxic people, and it's like, don't be linking me up with these people because I don't associate with that bullshit. It's all toxic. I put God first for myself, and I operate
Right.
on my own terms. You feel me?
Yes.
Along with like-minded individuals that's doing the same thing. You know, we don't need to go to that, like I said, polluted ass church building to try to get, you know, verification or validation that we are people of God. Go to God for yourself. And a lot of people are scared to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They're scared to go to the belly of the beast.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. So it's important for us to talk about it too. People think that you have to go to church, you know what I mean? They think that you have to do all these things when you don't, bro. You literally just you
No, you
form
don't.
you can form a connection with God anywhere. You know,
Ooh,
all you gotta do is start talking to him.
all you got to do is acknowledge him. And shout out to, you know, all the wrestling fans and stuff. You know, the big homie upstairs is like Roman Reigns. You have to acknowledge the chief, bro. You know, you got to acknowledge because he's like in charge of everything that's going on as far as the divine consciousness and the power levels, all this shit. You got
Dude.
to acknowledge, dude, you know, big
Yeah.
homie upstairs. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to be tapped in. You're just going to be out here sleepwalking.
At the very least, you could just start by saying thank you on a daily basis. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just for
Facts.
everything, being grateful. You know, that's a great way to start forming a connection with God. You know, there's a lot of people who don't know how to do that. You know, you can just literally just start saying thank you. You know, just saying, hey, you know, thank you for this, thank you for that, bro. That's a great place to start.
Oh, weird. And it's something that simple. something that simple that's so powerful that you know, a lot of us individuals need to wake up to.
Exactly. That can get the ball rolling. You know,
Oh,
that's how you start to feel, you know, God's presence in your life. You know?
absolutely, my dude, and that's a blessing, and you know, I'm grateful. You know, grateful to be tapped in with the big homie now. You know, we have to, us as people, we have to go to him for ourselves in order to get the proper shadow work we need and, you know, reach the salvation, bro. You know?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely feel closer to God after going through that flatline. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. You know, you definitely feel closer up to the flat line and, you know, you're already tapped in with him from being on your SR journey anyway. You know? Oh, that was a very, very good topic, man. On to topic number 2, bro. What are your thoughts on dopamine receptors?
Well, this is a cool topic to. I feel like I kind of got this down, like not super recently, but kind of recently. You know, as far as like how everything that we do is kind of like a dopamine thing. So, you know, it has to do with like anything that is going to create pleasure in your life, you know, is hitting on the dopamine. So, you know, you got people that are like drug addicts and you got people that are, you know, obese and sex addicts and all this stuff. At the core, bro, you're just, you know, you're just trying to get dopamine fired off, you know? So there's many different avenues that we can go down, you know, to get this. So I feel like that's the whole point, is like trying to shift your life into, because there's healthy ways that you can get the dopamine and then there's unhealthy ways. So you got to figure out, you know, what are you doing in your life that's, you know, unhealthy to get your dopamine, and then figure out how to turn it into a healthy way, because there's lots of healthy ways to get it. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize that. You know, they're stuck on trying to get it in their, you know, the ways that they know, you know, whether that be fapping and casual sex and, you know, women, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, man, you know, overeating, you know, shopping. There's so many different avenues, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the battle, is, you know, figuring out, changing how to get your dopamine, you know, where are you getting it from?
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about where we get our dopamine from. And a lot of the stuff that's in society now has us going in the wrong direction as far as getting dopamine to fire off. The cell phones, the corn sites, you know, even, you know, no disrespect to video games, but it's, you know, video games are being used, you know, so much to where it's literally like firing off a lot of dopamine receptors in individuals' heads to where they have, to where it's like literally taking them away from actual reality, you
Dude.
know, and it takes you away from your true self as well when you are letting these other toxic avenues fire off dopamine. You know, it's all about how we literally use that shit, bro. Like for me, I, you know, use it towards exercising, use it towards my routine, use it towards being, you know, busy, you know, responsibilities around the house, not just sitting around, you know, killing my brain power. You know, that's not good to be sitting around, you know, with these, you know, cell phone devices, as I like to say, you know, AKA small microwaves and shit, you know, because they put off radiation. It's very toxic. It's very dangerous. And we need to be more aware of this and how we're using our brains out here, bro, because it's a lot of shit that's killing our dopamine receptors to where we're not able to think straight. And it literally turns you into a Decepticon or some shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it gets to the point, it gets so bad to the point to where you will kill your dopamine receptors from, like I said, video games, the porn sites, toxic relationships, individuals, just all this bullshit that you are consuming, to where you will literally go around and start hating on people that's doing the right shit or doing better for themselves because you're not worried. You're strayed away from your true self, bro.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, man. And then it just makes me think, like, people, you know, it's not easy to make that transition, you know, to understand, you know, you got to stop playing video games, drinking alcohol, you know, masturbating, and you got to switch it to, you know, working out getting a sense of accomplishment and, you know, eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? There's different avenues, and it's not easy, but you know, once you get it dialed in, you understand that like the healthy way of living is way more sustainable, and it actually makes you feel a lot better because now you're still getting your dopamine, but you also realize that you're now aligned with God, you know,
Yeah.
like you're aligned with God while you're getting the dopamine. So it's like, it's a win-win situation.
It is, you know, definitely a win-win situation when you're using dopamine in the right way, you know, but it's all a transition. You know, you have to put in work to change yourself and change these avenues that are, you know, avenues of toxicity that's killing your dopamine as far as your thought process and how you operate out here. We
Yeah.
have to put in the work to make these changes. You know, it
Mhm.
doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and it takes patience, but you know, it's important to just raise awareness to this so we can start now.
Right.
You feel me?
As far as the SR journey goes, you know, people don't realize that like when you're addicted to fapping and you know, maybe you're getting an urge, you're really just getting an urge to release dopamine, you know. So if you think about it in that way, you know, maybe you could try to like direct your attention towards something, you know, a little bit healthier, you know, in some of those moments. You know, it's where you can go get your dopamine somewhere else, you know, because when you think about it, bro, busting a nut is just like a surge of dopamine.
Yeah, it is a surge of dopamine and a surge of your consciousness, you know, and your brain power, you know,
Yeah.
and vitamins and minerals too. It's all types of shit. When you bust a nut, you are like killing all types of avenues to yourself. As we said before, you know, when you bust a nut, that's literally like spraying your soul all over the place.
Yes.
Because you know how when we have kids and shit, you know, they look like us. They look like us because that's our soul, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That's why our
Yeah.
kids look like us or they look like the parents. That's your DNA and shit, bro.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Spraying it all over the place, just killing yourself.
Yeah, bro. That's a trip,
That's
man.
dangerous, bro. That shit ain't no joke. And, you know, I'm glad that we speak about this because looking at my old self, yeah, busting nuts like multiple times a day while getting fucked up, drinking alcohol and shit and partying, and you busting nuts like 5 and 6 times too. Yo, yeah, you
Oh my
was definitely
God.
a spiritual death. You know,
Yeah.
that's how I was, bro. That's why I speak about this shit because I don't want nobody else to go through that.
It's peon mode.
You know, that shit ain't no joke.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. People need to wake up to this shit. This is not for clout. This is not fake shit. This is all real.
Exactly. It's not anything to be taken lightly as well. Like you could literally change your whole life if you can get this area of your life dialed in.
Right. For real,
You
bro. Because like that's how it is for me. Like ever since I dialed in, my whole life has been way better and different. Because yeah, like I said, looking at my old self, I was living a shitty life, bro. You know, literally, and out here operating like a Decepticon and Agent Smith myself and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now since I'm doing better for myself, I'm coming across these individuals who I used to act like and shit. You know,
yeah.
That's how it is when you start to do better, bro. You literally see yourself in a lot of, you know, individuals who are operating toxic or how you used to be. You see your old behaviors in that shit.
Yep. So
You know?
oh yeah. So you'll catch it like this, you know.
Quick as hell.
I kind of wanted to speak on, you know, some of the shit that we've been, you know, going through, you know. It just made me think, bro, what you just said. Like some of these people that are, you know, in the comments and shit, you know, on our channels and stuff like that. Like these mugs that they think that we're not going to be able to understand what they're doing, you know, like all this narcissistic stuff, these comments,
right.
You know, people trying to come on different content creators pages, you know, and try to like talk shit, you know, try to talk shit, try to shame people for relapsing and doing all this crazy stuff, you know. And like these people are crazy. Like they don't realize like you're dealing with people who are telling you that they have really great discernment, and you're going around acting, you know, like a Decepticon and shit. Like we're gonna sniff that shit out. You know what I mean?
You just read right through it, bro. You know, you have great discernment, and yeah, you already know what they're doing, and they act like you don't know what they're doing. You know, they're doing this toxic shit to try to make themselves feel good because they're projecting out bullshit energy. You know, when you project out that type of shit, you know, it's you need to be aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go on other people's shit and leave stupid comments and all this stuff because you feel entitled to do this. That's toxic.
Yeah, that's narcissistic behavior. You know, that's what
it is narcissistic. You know,
even
very
in this,
narcissistic.
Even in this, you know, our beloved SR community, where you're still gonna run into some Agent Smith type people around here, bro. You know, we just gotta be, we gotta be careful. You know, use your discernment. You know, always be on guard and always be ready to. You know, I know you live like this, but you know, always be ready to call these people out, bro, if you have to.
Yeah, always be ready to slay some demonic feature.
Right.
Ooh, it's no games to be played. On to the next topic. You ready?
Yep.
For topic number 3, bro, what are your thoughts on being on the phone too damn much?
Man, always a great topic.
Always I know, right?
Yeah, always something that, you know, we can keep bringing up over and over. You know, we've been talked about this in many a podcast, but it never gets old because this is like at the forefront of our existence right now. You know, everybody's on these fucking phones. Everybody's glued to these phones, and everywhere you go. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it too. You know, there's definitely days where I'm like, I catch myself, you know, on the phone way too much, you know, like maybe on my days off, it's very easy to just chill. Like maybe some days I'll wake up or film a couple videos, you know, just like be, you know, at the crib. Maybe we'll a podcast in the morning or something. And then I don't really get my body moving too much. I'll notice myself just sitting on the phone, bro, and just feeling very stagnant. And it can be very, very dangerous, you know, like, you know, and then if you get into that routine to where you're doing this, you know, on a very frequent basis to where you're just glued to your phone all the time, it gets you to this zone, bro, to where you almost forget how to be a human being in all these other areas. And you forget to do the things that are important. You forget to stay present. You basically forget about God. You know, that's kind of what's been happening to me when I'm on my phone too much. It's like I forget about God.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
You know what I mean?
It takes your attention away from the big homie upstairs and somewhat pollutes you. You know, it makes you feel like shit when you put your energy into these microwaves. And yeah, if you do it too much, you know, it you know, somewhat kill your connection to God, change your whole thought process and make you become toxic, you know, for that temporary moment. If you don't have the self-awareness of what's going on, like, yo, I'm on this shit too much. You know, I'm on this phone too much. I need to put that shit down for a bit, you know, and if you don't do that and you're just, you know, sitting there constantly scrolling and consuming, that is a toxic way to get dopamine to fire off. And little do you know, it's polluting your mindset, you know, and we need to be more aware to this shit and practice disconnecting from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very toxic, you know, being on it too much. It takes you away from your true self because, you know, these devices literally make you look at other people's life and shit, and you will literally start to hate on shit, bro, if you're on it too much. Yeah. Because you see people that, you know, could have a lot of money, people that got all these cars and shit, people that got all these big, you know, all this worldly shit. And it builds a toxic perception in your mind to where you will become that shit, bro. You will become this toxic way of life, bro. And it's not good to be operating like that, you know? Exactly. And that's how I used to be.
Dude, it's really bad, man. And then I've even noticed it, you know, I noticed it today. I feel like I could tell, like, you know, I'd be people watching and stuff when I'm at work. So, you know, there's different people that come into my work. And, you know, I'm always like right there. I'm not like right like at the cashier, but I'm like right, you know, close to where the people come in and stuff. So they order, so they'll see me, you know, I wave or smile at them and stuff. And some people can't even make eye contact. You know, some people like they get weirded out when I'm like looking at them, you know, like maybe my vibration's a little bit too high for them, you know, being on SR and shit. But Like some of these people, I could just tell that they have been on the phone for long periods of time.
Yeah.
You know, I can discern that shit because they're acting robotic.
That's what it's like. It dehumanizes you, bro, to where, like you said, you won't have eye contact. And if somebody gives you eye contact, you'll think that's the most weirdest shit because you have been literally detached from being a human, or at least behaving like one.
Yeah.
You know, to where you don't know how to act like a damn human. And when you come across an individual who is acting like a human, you look at them like they weird and shit, bro.
Exactly. That's what they do, because I try my best to be human, and then they like scoff at me and shit.
Yeah, because they've been dehumanized, bro. You know?
Dude, it's ugly. Like I literally will smile and wave at someone, and they'll be like, you know, like make weird looks. Like it's
like,
almost
what's
like
wrong with you?
you made them uncomfortable by smiling at them and shit.
Oh, yeah, that's where we at too. You know, the devil and his punk ass army is definitely working overtime through a lot of individuals, and they're unaware of what's going on and all this body snatching and all this shit going on, bro. It's literally at the forefront, and I feel like these devices and shit is creating all this madness, all this technology, because it literally does something to your brain, bro. It reshapes your brain to where it kills your spiritual aspect to shit, kills your connection to God, and you know, the devil's playground is, you know, where the devil is winning. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of kingdom of darkness shit floating around in the worldly shit that a lot of people are focused on. And it's turning, it's kind of like, you know, like fungus. You know how fungus like spreads all over the fucking place?
Yes.
It's like that. You know, it's like spreading amongst the people.
Yeah, what I've been learning more and more, and I know that you're on board with this, but the whole agenda is what these people, that whoever's in charge and, you know, running this place, you know, got the fast food, the phones, the porn, you know, Netflix, all these different distractions, all this stuff is basically designed to lower our consciousness. All right.
Yes.
That's the first step, is understanding that all these things are designed. Okay, it's not like some conspiracy. This is what they're
real
doing.
Shit.
They try to lower our frequency and our vibration because it makes us easier to control. You know,
exactly.
It makes the masses easier to be influenced. And then they can make the most money. They can do all these different things. You know, because we're easier to control. And the phones are one of the biggest ones to lower our consciousness, because we're literally, you know, stuck in this digital world. It's not real.
Just all up in that shit, you know, just all up in that shit, just all up in that shit, just frying your brain and shit, bro.
Exactly. And if you abuse it, I mean, it's almost like you become more familiar with this pixelated world than the real world. So your consciousness is just shot because you're not doing any work connecting with God. You know, you're not even connecting with other things like nature and things like that. You're not communicating with other humans. So it's doing a lot of damage, bro.
Yeah, it's literally like making individuals operate in spiritual death.
Yes.
You know, to the point to where when you do come across an individual who has a good spirit or a light in them, you scoff at that shit because you've been turned off. It's that simple. You are disconnected to God by these devices and all this worldly shit. And yeah, it kills your vibration. It lowers your vibration to the point to where you will become scared of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, out here just scary as hell, bro. Just scared of shit for no reason because you low vibrational from all this bullshit that they put out.
Yep. I mean, the longer you're on your phone, it's like it weakens you, you know, because you're not tapping into that spiritual strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just distracted. So then when it comes time to, you know, jump back and try to be in the present moment, you're all fucking, you know, peon mode and shit.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad that we are operating like this, you know, being, you know, glitches for the Matrix. You feel me?
Right.
Oh, on to topic number 4, bro. What are your thoughts on how females need to earn attention?
Man, this is just is a topic that I made the other day because I'm just thinking here, I was just sitting there thinking about all these girls that a lot of guys, you know, end up feeding attention to, right? And, being a simp, when you turn into a simp and you're giving all these females attention, these females don't deserve this attention, bro. These females are just out here, we're talking about like all these Jezebel girls that are just using their lust, and the only thing they're doing is trying to reel guys in with sex. There's too many guys out here, bro, that are just fanning out and simping out. You know what I mean? And it's just feeding their ego. You know what I'm saying? And I forget, me and you were having a conversation the other day about how I think, we were talking about, maybe our potential next partner. And we were talking about, a woman of God and, maybe the next girl we want to be with. And I think that's what you said. You're like, I'm not just letting any woman into my life. She has to earn her way into my life. And I really like that. I really liked when you said that, bro. So that's how I feel. I'm not just going to let any girl into my life, now.
Right.
I feel like that's how God wants it to be too. He wants us to be in a place to where we're in our masculine frame, and if a woman wants to be with us, she's going to let us know. We're not just going to be simping out and giving all this free attention to all these women and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to find a like-minded female individual that puts God first too, and not just let any female individual in your life just because you want to be on some simp shit and operate in your lower nature and just try to get cheeks and shit, because in the long run it's just gonna sabotage you, because number one, you done created a soul tie and shit, and it's very toxic to be doing that. It's people look at being picky as a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. It's actually protection. You're protecting yourself because you're not allowing just any type of bullshit into your energy force field.
Right.
You feel me? Like, you got to have standards, and people act like having standards is stuck up when no, the fuck is not. And it pisses me off when I come across that shit. It's like, no, having standards is good. You don't want to be walking around just accepting bullshit or just being lustful, destroying yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of us individuals are out here doing, destroying ourselves and just putting ourselves in dangerous situations and not having self-awareness to what we're doing. We got to be like, yo, this is what's good for me and this is what's not good for me. We have to actually look at that shit serious and not just settle for shit. Like, people just settle for anything.
For real.
Like, what's going on up out here?
Dude. And I try my best to use my discernment whenever I'm around a lot of these different females. And unfortunately, like what we said in a couple podcasts ago, rejecting these modern women, a lot of these modern women, bro, are not, they're just not in a place to where it's like, I don't want to be like, I don't want any of these type of women to like, be my potential girlfriend or anything like that, so it's just like, I try to use my discernment as best I can. And, I'm definitely not in the business of just like being a simp, bro, and doing whatever.
It's dangerous, bro. It's dangerous to be doing that shit. Like, we got to realize this, bro. Mm-hmm. To be a simp is dangerous, bro. You're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. You're setting yourself up for witchcraft. You're setting yourself up for love bombing. You're setting yourself up for spiritual death. You're setting yourself up to be chewed up and spit out.
Exactly. Because they'll take that little inch and they'll go a mile with it, bro.
They'll destroy your shit, bro.
Exactly. They'll turn you
Real
into
shit.
What do we say? Poodle dog?
Yeah. You don't want to be like that. You want to just be, an all around solid individual that has standards for yourself, man. That's how we got to be, bro.
Right.
Because looking at my old self, I didn't have standards and shit. And then I got on this SR journey and built standards for myself. Now I want to, inspire others to do the same, because I don't want nobody to be on the same shit I was on.
Right. And
real.
Yeah, you can just feel it, man. I feel it with a lot of different girls that I go around, different coworkers and stuff that I've been working with for the past year, bro. A lot of them have been kind of like younger and stuff like that. you know, I'm in my early 30s. These girls are like in their younger 20s and shit. But I mean, I could just feel their energy, you know, they're just waiting, you know, it's almost like they're just like hunting guys down, you know, they're like we said, they're like going fishing and trying to just reel these guys in. They try to see how many guys they can have on the line, you know?
Yeah.
Like some of them, like they literally, it's almost like they're collecting dudes. Like it's like
body counts, bro.
Yeah, like how many guys they can have to like be their slaves and shit. Like they're just
body
servants.
Counts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, body counting shit, bro. That body count shit, toxic as hell to me, bro. And there's a lot of people that's operating in this body count aspect of life. And I don't know who started that shit, but they need to take it back. You know what I'm saying? Whoever started that body count shit, they need to get fired, bro. You
For
feel
real.
me?
Mm-hmm.
For real. Oh, another deep topic, bro. Topic number 5. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for topic number 5, bro. What are your thoughts on having upgrades from Flatlines?
Yeah,
and we already talked about that shit.
Yeah, we touched on it. We can get right back into it because this is an important topic, and it's definitely something that I've been going through, man. Like that, those 2 days were brutal. You know, I was in a mode to where you start questioning things. You know, I was going through a lot of like self-doubts, and I know that you can relate with me on this. Self-doubt. Like I was going through like some of my older videos and shit, and I was like watching them, and my thoughts were so bad that I was like watching these videos that like a lot of people like commented and said that they liked, but in my head, I'm like, oh, these videos are trash, you know? And I'm
That'll
thinking,
happen.
Yeah, like I'm watching these videos that are like good, and like some of them have like, you know, more like some of the most views that I've ever had on certain videos on YouTube. And in my head, I'm like, oh, that video sucked, you know?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's a spiritual attack, because you know that's not the truth. You know the truth. Like it's literally right, but your head, you know, is telling you some other stuff. So that's another reason why I feel like it's a brain rewiring, like you like to say, because your brain is like literally malfunctioning during these time periods.
Yeah.
To where you're like thinking all these like, I don't know how to explain it, bro, but I know you feel me. It's like you can look at something that you know, like when you're feeling good and you're feeling tapped in with God, something that you know that you like, or you know that you're proud of, but when you're on a flat line, your head is going to tell you that it's bad, or you know you're going to have just doubt. Like it's like waves of doubt and insecurity and all this shit. So I feel like once you pass through that, you become you get a lot stronger, bro, because you made it through all that bullshit.
Absolutely. And yeah, you know, that's how the enemy operates, is through these mind games and shit. You know, you do something that's good, I mean real good, and you'll get compliments from people telling you it's good, and then the enemy will make you think that your shit is bad, bro. You done did some good shit, but the enemy got you thinking what you did is bad. That's how they operate, bro. And we got to learn how to ignore that shit and be like, no, you're not going to alternate my thought process. I know what I did, and what I did is right. And you're not going to make me think what I'm doing is wrong either. You feel me? I'm not going for that shit. Hell no. And that'll happen a lot through Flatlines too. You know, these negative thoughts and, you know, self-doubting and making you question yourself. And like you said, you looked at your videos and shit, bro, and it was a good video. And in your head, you was like, man, that's some garbage. That's a trash ass video. That's the devil, bro. You know, that's the enemy doing that shit, you know, and we got to be aware to this, because the shit will happen out of nowhere too. That's how that's how the kingdom of darkness operates. They create bad thoughts in your mind, bro, to where you will disregard the good work that you did for yourself.
Right. Yeah.
And we got to learn how to not put up with that bullshit, because it's all spiritual, bro. It's the enemy. It's the devil and his punk ass army trying to sabotage you and make you operate in a toxic manner. And a lot of individuals are just getting swallowed up in this toxic way of thinking and just walking out here like that.
Yeah, it's almost like when you don't have the self-awareness to what you just said, you know, you don't understand that it's the enemy, you might catch yourself like reacting and acting, you know, irrational and shit.
Yeah, bro. And you be in your emotions too. You be emotional as hell, bro, for no reason.
Exactly. Emotional. Yeah, I feel like that's how a lot of people end up turning into like Agent Smiths and causing problems, you know, because
Yeah,
they'll have like they're probably experiencing like, you know, a spiritual attack like that. They just don't know how to endure. So they'll end up like tweaking out on somebody, you know?
facts. Not having the wisdom of what's going on, just out here doing shit and just being body snatched and just out here freaking the hell out. You know,
Exactly.
body just shaking and shit. You know, with the bad spirits on the inside, not having the self awareness of what's really going on.
Exactly. They
You
just
know,
yeah, I feel
oh
like
we,
that's how a lot of people operate that aren't tapped in, you know. They'll
yeah,
just they end up spazzing, you know. People end up, you know, taking their shit out on other people. You know, they're having a bad day, maybe you pull up to, you know, wherever you work, and then you take that shit out on your coworkers or your significant other or your family members. You know, those are that's very disrespectful type stuff to do that. You know, that's one of my least favorite things, dude, is like when I notice people that are having a bad day and they're taking it out on everybody else. I hate that shit.
right. Yeah,
Hate that.
that should be pissing me off too, because it's like, do you even know what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? We got to look at ourselves and realize that we're upset and take action on what we can do to make sure that we don't take that bullshit energy out on other people. You know,
Yeah,
there's a lot of individuals, they just get in their emotions and just, they get mad and then they just feel like they're entitled to just go sabotage somebody else's day.
right.
You know, and I don't
And
tolerate that shit. Whenever I come across that, I put people in their place, bro. And they
yeah,
look at me like I'm mean and I don't give a damn. You need to
right.
realize what you are doing.
Exactly. You know, you're not going to affect my day just because you're
You
going
feel
through
me?
like that's not how that works. That is not how
Oh,
that works.
we,
You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like a
boy.
lot of type of people, it's almost like they think it's okay. I like that's my experience is like when they're in that they're so blinded to where they think what they're doing is acceptable.
Yeah, they have no self-awareness at all. Just entitled bullshit energy. And when you confront these individuals about their toxic behavior, they go ahead and play victim about it.
Right. They'll tell you,
Toxic as hell.
you seem like you're being an asshole or, you know, being, you
Yeah,
know,
for confronting them.
right. But it's like, nah, you're being very disrespectful. That's not cool to be doing that shit at all.
It's not cool. It's
No.
really not. And this shit needs to be called out a lot more often. And if it comes across me, I'm calling that shit out.
Right.
You know, I speaks my mind, bro. I speak my mind. And when you speak your mind, you become very dangerous around Agent Smiths and Decepticons,
Oh yeah.
a demon slayer. And I'll slay the shit out of them.
I would not want to be a narcissist.
You know,
I do not want to run into you, bro, if I was a narcissist.
I'm a narcissist's worst nightmare because I was in a relationship with one for 8 years and wasted 8 years of my damn life in that bullshit, thinking that I was in love with this shit. And now since, you know, I put God first and, you know, he basically breaks the chains off of you. And when you
Yeah.
break free, you make sure that these individuals know about themselves.
Yes. Yeah. You let them know when they try to come around and do that same bullshit that you're not the same person anymore.
Exactly.
You're not that.
Especially when you done wasted almost a decade with this type of narcissistic demonic energy and didn't know what you was doing. You wasn't even aware that these people were demons, bro. And you spent all these years with these people. Now,
Yeah,
since you broke free from that shit, you put these people in their place.
that's heavy shit, bro. That's
You
heavy.
know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of heavy shit, I gotta run to the bathroom again, fam. That damn water and coffee got me jacked up, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
You mind if I run to the bathroom real quick?
No, go ahead, man.
All right, bro. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. SpiritWar Martin got to go lose some water weight real quick, and I shall return.
Right. Shout out to all the viewers, man. Of course, as always. Shout out to everybody, all the retainers. You know, your boy, like I said in the last video, man, and what we've been talking about, I've been, you know, kind of just recovering lately. Been going through some spiritual stuff, you know, myself, but I'm just glad to be, you know, back in the booth, man, you know, with my boy Martin as always, you know, because we know no matter how you're feeling, man, you got to keep showing up. You know, like I said, I had a long day today. I'm exhausted, but got to keep putting in that work. I knew that I had to come out here and make a podcast with my boy, man. So that is what we got to be doing, man. And if you guys are going through, like we've been talking about, you guys are going through a flat line, going through a low period on your journey, bro, you got to stay strong, man. It's not going to last forever. It is really not going to last forever. It's something that I feel like a lot of people end up tripping out about, along the SR journey. They'd be asking, how long is this flat line going to last? It's been going 2-3 days. I get it, bro. I understand it because they can be very brutal. You know what I'm saying? So as we've been saying, man, you just got to endure that shit, just handle it. It's not going to last forever. So just talking about flatlines and shit, bro.
Oh, okay, cool. Hell yeah, because it's really important to speak on flatlines, especially when you're on your SR journey. You're going to go through this. And like I said before, I've come across individuals that freak out and they don't know what's going on throughout the flatline process. They're operating in emotions.
That's what I was just saying, yeah.
And be just freaking out. It's like, fam, you need to calm down. You're going through a process of elevation / upgrading. You're becoming a more full-blown man out here. So right. It's important to endure that shit because you're becoming the man that you're supposed to be, and it's not going to be easy. It takes patience and work.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Yeah, I know how it is. You can get to like that second or third day and you're like, man, like when is this shit going to end, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Like that third day where you're just like, dude, like you start thinking in your mind that maybe it's like something bigger than a flat line. And then all of a sudden you hit that breakthrough. You're like, God starts, you know what right. I'm saying? You're like, yeah. Oh, you're like, you can breathe again. You're like, oh man, that was fucked up.
Right. And then when you go through that, you be so relieved, but you be so grateful that you go through that shit because you become strong as hell afterwards, bro. You become a savage after you endure that shit and you be like, man, when is the next one? Because I might as well prepare myself for the next one because I know that one's going to be even more tough, but I know when I get through that shit, I'm going to be even more of a savage.
Exactly. Man, it's beautiful, man. God is. I got to say.
Oh, God is good, bro. We just got to keep moving forward and doing what we're doing and shining the light on dark shit. That lantern. Ooh, over there like Bray Wyatt and shit. Bray Wyatt from WWE. You feel me?
Ooh.
The grand finale, bro.
Let's go.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Topic number 6, man. What are your thoughts on enduring pain and confusion on the SR journey?
You feel like kicking that one off?
Yup. And during my personal experience, looking at my old self, I was never able to endure pain or confusion. Just weak. Tails between my legs type shit, as I like to say all the time, just operating in emotion, just not able to endure, not having patience, just all over the place, because like I said before, your planets on the inside of you when you're busting nuts and operating in fornication, partying, scattered all over the place. I had to go on SR to line shit up. You know what I'm saying? You line that shit up and line all the planets up and shit, bro. You're able to endure. You're able to handle or at least have great discernment of situations that can cause confusion because that's all the enemy. That's right. How the devil operates. The devil likes to operate through individuals or through anything possible that can cause confusion on your pathway.
Right.
You doing the right shit on the right pathway, and the devil and his punk ass army will throw all types of shit your way to try to take you off track. But before you got on your SR journey, you weren't aware of this. I wasn't aware of this and was out here letting people rattle me, or getting into stupid arguments, with people, which I shouldn't have ever did, but you have to go through this to learn from it. And I had to waste a lot of energy, bro, before I was able to understand this aspect of life, enduring, being patient, understanding that the enemy is working through individuals to cause confusion because you have a bright light now. And not saying that you're better than anybody, but when you work on yourself, you see the difference in how spiritual planes and shit work. And you see it's a lot of shit that's not lined up far as the spiritual planes go. It's a lot of low vibrational shit going on. And then there's like small percentages of high vibrational shit going on. And when high vibrational shit is come across, it's scoffed at and looked at sideways and shit, because you have courage. You don't have any fear. You know what I'm saying? You got confidence. You got great eye contact and shit, bro. You are out of spiritual death now. You know what I'm saying, bro? And when you are able to do this shit, you become a powerful individual out here all around, bro. And that's how we need to be. We don't want to be operating out here in a lower spiritual plane and shit and not trying to raise our shit. You want to raise that shit, bro, not be stuck down here. And that's, looking at my old stuff, it was like, I was stuck. Had a lot of the wrong people around, was in a narcissistic relationship. I mean, stuck, bro. Like I was chained down in shackles and shit. Mm-hmm. And one day my spirit in the inside literally like screamed out and said, all right, enough is enough. I said, fuck all this shit. I want out of this relationship. I want to do better for myself because I know who I am as a person. It was almost like the spirit on the inside, like screamed or something and just raged the fuck out because me as my physical was just allowing shit, bro. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Just allowing bullshit to happen. I'm getting walked on and shit. Like I'm a floor mat. And my spirit wouldn't allow it. I put that shit on everything. The spirit inside me, bro, said, fuck this. If you're not going to do anything about it, I will. Yeah. And I shit you not. Whatever is inside of me, bro, it literally moved shit for me. And my life hasn't been the same, bro. I operate off the spirit now, and this shit that's on the inside is leading me in the right direction from this narcissistic ass shit that I was in, all this kingdom of darkness ass shit. Whatever this is on the inside is making sure I don't be stuck in that shit. It literally like helped me get out, or at least I got to the point to where I said enough is enough. That's what it was like. And now I'm enduring shit because I built strength up for myself. I had to go on a journey to work on myself because I was spiritually dead from all that narcissistic bullshit. And now since you strong as hell, bro, you come across a lot of narcissists now that's trying to pull your shit down. Yes. Because you don't participate with them no more.
Exactly. You go through something for a certain amount of time, for a long period like that, you start to
you become that shit.
Yeah, and you understand, you start to know all these different tactics and how people operate, and man, that's crazy. That's powerful, man. You
feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I went through, with the metal music, the band and all that shit, all that dark ass energy, bro. Yeah. Ooh, wait.
Man, that's how it was for me too. You got me thinking about my last relationship that I was in. You got me thinking about that now, because I was going through some stuff too where I was just allowing,
right, just allowing this, bro. You know?
Just complacent and just allowing myself to be living a mediocre life, with the wrong person and shit like that, So at some point, your spirit ends up, saving you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you could try to it's like you're swimming upstream for so long and so long. I've told you that story about how when I broke up with this girl at one point, she ended up leaving me for some other dude. And then during that, it was like a week or two time period where she was hanging out with this other dude. God was telling me to leave her, but I wasn't strong enough at that time because I was still on the websites. I was still low power level. I was in peon mode, So I just, as soon as she called me 2 weeks later and she's like, oh, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, come over, let's talk. And then you already know where that led. We ended up smashing and we got back together, just allowing that bullshit back. And I didn't listen to what God had told me to do. And then I ended up wasting 5 more years. Yep. You know what I mean? Just because, just lost, just misguided, and my priorities were in the wrong direction. I had no no direction, and I had no idea of any of the shit that we talk about now. You know, like all, you know, discipline and putting God first and staying on your routine. I wasn't doing any of that shit, bro.
Ooh, me either, bro. I was like so far away from God, it wasn't even funny, bro. You know, I was over there, you know, you remember that TV show called America's Best Dance Crew and shit?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, with the Jabberwockies and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was being a Jabberwocky with the devil and shit, busting them crazy ass dance moves, bro. You feel me? That's why his punk ass mad at me now. You know,
Right.
because I'm doing dance moves for God now.
Exactly.
You know, straight up. They
Reggie
don't
Miller.
like that shit. Ooh, they don't like that shit. Right, scoring them threes for the big homie upstairs. And shout out to all the fellow retainers and shit out there. Reggie Miller. You know, Reggie Miller. Y'all know your boy likes Reggie Miller. You know, the old school, back in the day type basketball. No disrespect to modern day basketball, but I like Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, and all those guys. You know,
I like Ray Allen, bro.
Ray Allen, Cole. Why is he so underrated, bro? You know what I'm saying?
You know, I've played golf with him like 3 or 4 times.
You played golf with him, with Ray Allen?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I put that on everything.
You serious, bro?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was low key friends with Ray Allen.
Are you serious, my dude?
I'm serious. I'm dead serious, bro.
And you know what? I've always liked Ray Allen, and the way I look at Ray Allen, I've always felt like dude was underrated, and he got one of the best shots in the game.
Dude, he had like his shot was so pure.
You feel me?
Yeah, when he played for the Celtics, that shit was cash. You remember that?
He was lighting some shit up.
Yeah.
Ray Allen.
He ended up, you know, we belonged to the same golf course. Like when I was like 10 years old, bro, because he played for the Bucks, and I would see him on the driving range and stuff like that. And I was really good at golf at a young age, so I would go hit balls next to him and shit, and we would be chopping it up for hours, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just
wow.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like 10 years old. You know, he'd call me like little man and shit like that. So I bet you he probably remembered me if I ended up seeing him. But you know, so that's who I am in the spirit world, bro. Just bam.
Over there scoring them threes like Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, Steve Kerr, Derek Fisher and shit, bro.
Oh,
Dirk
shit.
Nowitzki, you feel me? Dirk like crazy. Got the one, look, you got one leg up and shit while you shooting too. One leg up while you shooting that shit. And swish.
Right. Fade away.
Mm-hmm. That's how we balling now, bro. There's no games to be played with this shit. You know, God is good. Oh, wait. And much love to all the fellow retainers out there. You know, I'm just all around grateful for this for this podcast and just being authentic and, you know, being ourselves and talking about, you know, relatable shit out here that we all can relate to, you know, because we all, like I said, going through the same shit. And it's important to just address and talk about this, you know, and all the guys that's riding with the Unchained podcast, you know, SpiritWar Gang, Seb Conscious Galaxy, you guys leave comments down below. You know what I'm saying? If you guys can relate to some of the things we talked about in this podcast. And I also want to mention, shout out to all the agents, myths, and Decepticons out there that just watch people, but don't support shit. You know, much love to you guys and much love to all the genuine people out there as well.
Yeah. That's a weird concept, huh, bro? We were talking about that earlier, how we got so many people that be watching these and they don't comment.
Right. Just watch people, but don't support shit. Don't leave no comments. Man, come on. We got to do better now. Come on.
Right. It's like if you mess with something, it's weird because everything that I like, if I'm watching something on YouTube and I fuck with it, I always drop a comment.
I always leave a comment too.
Even if it's just like a couple emojis and shit, that goes a long way. It just means that you're showing love. You know,
love.
You're not just watching, you know, like a freaking
like a monitoring, like you a monitoring spirit and shit. You just be watching people to be watching people, you know, like, oh, I wonder what, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, I'm just watching you, but I ain't supporting shit. You feel me?
They're like, oh,
yeah, it's a lot of that good. Right. All up in the damn camera and shit looking at you, but ain't supporting a damn thing, bro. You feel me? What the hell going on with that shit?
They're like, I think he just said ooh-wee again. I think he just said it again.
Right. And look, they counting how many times you done said ooh-wee and all type, just nitpicking shit.
17. He said ooey 17 times. And I think they said Agent Smith about 7 times. So we got to be a little more careful.
Right, we got to be careful. And actually, you know, let's take a shot for every time they say Agent Smith. Let's take a shot for every time they say Decepticon, you know?
Every time they say Agent Smith.
Doing worldly shit. You feel me?
I'm fucking gone, bro.
Well, that's how I used to be, though. You know, looking at my old self, that's how I used to operate. That's why I'm so good at, you know, noticing this shit. Because when you operate like this shit and then you stop, you literally see how everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Or a lot of individuals. Not everybody else, but a lot of individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. I got a weird taste in my mouth thinking about those monitoring spirits. You know, if you guys are watching our stuff, you guys drop a comment. I know a lot of you guys have been doing that more recently, but please do that so it makes us feel a little bit better, bro. Because I feel like there's some there's always like narcissistic people and weird, you know, energy going on, especially for, you know, when they like to monitor people that are you know, on their way to success, you know, trying to leech and whatever it is they're trying to do. But it's weird, bro. It's weird, yeah.
Some weird shit going on. Literally just watching people and don't support shit just to be watching people. It's like, why are you even subscribed to people if you don't like them? You know, you just watching them to be watching them. That's kind of weird.
That's another aspect to like the phone shit with social media, because that's how social media is too. You got all your followers, but then they just watch your shit. You know, they don't really like
and be low-key hating and shit too, and don't support nothing. They just watching you though.
Yeah, and then they'll like send it to their friends and talk shit.
Yeah, just to make themselves feel, but that's how it is. It's a lot of Kingdom of Darkness ass shit going on out here with these Decepticons and shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, it's important to just move accordingly out here around that shit. You know, the monitoring spirits, the narcissists, and bring awareness to what they're doing too. You know, and like I said before, much love to all the Agent Smiths and Decepticons out there who just watch people and don't support shit. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Another episode knocked out, man. Great job to you. I'm glad that we got this done. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty exhausted. I didn't get too much sleep, so I'm gonna make sure I get this uploaded, bro. You know, before I head to bed. And it's just a blessing, man, to be able to knock this one out, man. It's always a pleasure, and you know, I'm just glad to get the ball rolling again.
Absolutely, me too. You know, we had a serious blockage going on, and we got through it, bro. And this episode is a banger. You know, it seems like that happens every time. When we have a blockage where we go like 4 days without making a podcast, when we do make an episode, the shit is gas.
Right. The shit pops off.
You know, and I'm just grateful for all of it, man. You know, the big homie upstairs is a blessing. And once again, coming from SpiritWar Martin and shit, bro, much love to everyone out there that's supporting us.
Yeah.
You know, support us, and the people that don't support us but watch us as well on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Much love to all you guys. And Subconscious, I'm just grateful that you're doing better, because your flatline was pretty brutal, bro. And I'm glad to, you know, be here with you right now. And much love to you always, bro. On to the next episode. On to the next episode, 110.
Exactly. There we go. Let's get it, man.
You know.
Much love, man. As always, bro. Same to you, man. Appreciate all the kind words. Everybody, man. If you guys have made it this far into the episode, shout out to you. You know, you are a real one. You know, it's been a little bit of a blockage, but we made it. We made it through, man. Back on the grind. You know, the Unchained Gang is the Unchained store is opened up again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So much love, man. And we got another one coming for you, hopefully tomorrow, episode 110. So this has been the Unchained Podcast, episode 109, man. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, man. And it was a blast. Martin, much love as always. And I'll be talking to you, bro.
All right, bro. Sounds good. And once again, I appreciate you, bro, and just grateful for another episode, and can't wait to spin this one back.
Let's go.
Much love, bro.
Much love. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Talk to you later.
All right. Peace.